Hello everyone! Danny Garola here from Stampin' the Pink Barn. Well, Merry Happy Christmas. Hello Peggy. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures that I posted yesterday. We took my daughter out to look at Christmas lights yesterday. We went downtown Tucson and drove around through a neighborhood that I guess every year, and this is the first time me finding this out, we normally walk through a different neighborhood that shut down all their roads, and that's exclusively what it's for, is to walk through this big light display. It's a couple of different neighborhoods that do it, and that one's open from 6 to 10, so it takes quite a while to walk through there. But I was so surprised, this neighborhood that I've never even known about. Hello Debbie, hello Kathleen, that you could drive through, and the theme this year, hello Lois, was all Disney themed. So that was so fun. She got to see all the Disney princesses, and I threw a bunch of pictures up on my personal page. So if you guys follow me personally, Danny Garola, over on my personal page, you could see all the photos. Really, really cool light displays, let me tell you. And I kind of feel bad for the people that live in the neighborhood. I mean, obviously they kind of probably knew it was probably part of their HOA that they knew about, but that people were trying to like zoom by us and whatnot, probably trying to get home, because we went, I think it was like right around 6 o'clock, right when the sun was down, that we went and drove through there. We went and we got dinner first, and then we went over and drove around the neighborhood. So it was so fun, and she just loved it. She had a blast, you know, just being snuggly in her seat and having the car be nice and warm. I played Christmas music while we did it, and it was just really kind of cool to just be snugly in your car and drive through instead of getting out. And I know everybody laughs when I say that, you know, it's cold here in Tucson. I mean, for everybody else, it's probably nice and warm. It would be shorts and tank top weather for the most of you, but for us here who are acclimated to our heat, you know, it gets around 60 degrees and we're cold. We're wearing, you know, these big sweatshirts and sweatpants and our boots and that kind of stuff. I know, silly, right? I was thinking of that earlier today. I was thinking, you know what's really funny? I miss doing that with my children. Yeah, right? I know. I had another person comment on my thing. We used to do that when my kids were little. And I said, well, fortunately, I still have one that is somewhat little. She's pretty disabled, so in her mind, she's younger. Hello, Lane. She's younger than what she is age-wise, cognitively. Hello, Frida. One of the requirements of living on Peacock Lane. Exactly. Yes. I remember doing that in Portland, going through Peacock Lane. Absolutely. Yep. So it's 39 here in Missouri. Whew. Yeah. See, that's cold, but I would love that. I mean, truly, I would. We have, I don't know if you can see it because it's against this back wall here, and my bed, because this is my bedroom, and through those doors, this is my daughter's room / my Pink Barn room, my craft room. But I have a fireplace that's right there on this wall. Now it's not like your guys' fireplaces where it's nice and cold, where you have, you know, real wood that you light on fire to heat your house up. No. Mine is an electric wood burning fireplace. I know, silly, right? But it has a heater in it, and it still kind of throws up those little flame looks and kind of cheesy, but you know what? It works for me. So our TV show came out last night, so we watched Yellowstone. Well, then there's a spinoff to Yellowstone that just started that is, it's called 1883, and it has got my two favoriteest people in it, Faith and Tim McGraw, or Tim and Faith McGraw, I should say it that way. And so we snuggled up there, me and my husband did. We snuggled up on the couch, and I turned the little fireplace on when we got back from watching the light show and stuff. And we sat there and we watched our show. So, you know, it works for us, I guess. I don't know if we would really want a real wood burning fireplace. We did have them in Oregon, and I love that crackling and popping sound. I really do. It's kind of a nostalgia kind of sound, but with my daughter, I would so fear that she would touch that and get burned, because she doesn't know There's no danger awareness with her, so we have to really watch everything she does. So, you know, for some reasons, there's pros and cons to everything, I guess, right? Okay, well, enough of hello, Florence. Enough of me chitter-chattering, and because God only knows, you guys know me, I could sit here and talk all night long, but I have some really, really cool things that I want to show you guys. So, I want to keep us as close to our 2-hour time span. Ooh, there's like little floating things as our time span that I normally do. And with some of these projects, they might take a little bit longer. So I want to really shut my mouth and just get going. Okay. So don't get sick, but I'm going to flip you guys around. Okay. So hold on. Okay, let me tighten this thing up here. I know my mom just called me a little bit ago. She was at, hold on, you guys. Let me get this one cranked down here a little bit shorter. There we go. She went to Costco today, and I was like, oh my goodness. She's like, hey, do you want to go to Costco with me? I was like, no, you're crazy. Wanting to go out to Costco the week before Christmas. She actually was going to go this weekend. And I told her, I said, you are absolutely insane. Hold on. Why is this thing not getting straight? Okay, I think we're pretty good now. I think you guys can see everything down here. So yeah, so she went to Costco today. Like I said, she was going to try to do it over the weekend. And I was like, you are out of your mind to try to go to Costco over the weekend. So she goes, no, I'll just wait till Monday. So she called me and she said, she goes, so do you need anything from Costco? Yeah, my brain is fried. I have no idea. So I said, no, I don't need anything. Maybe a bag of the organic tortilla chips. That'll work for me. They have a couple of these special Christmas or holiday baked goods that they do in their bakery. So I told her, I go, oh, you can grab a couple of those things though. So anyways, the paper pumpkin that is going on right now, this goes from December 11th through January 10th. This is the, oh, I gotta turn this light on. It seems like it's kind of dark. This is the Kisses and Hugs. So as you can see, it's kind of Valentine's driven. It says it contains enough supplies to create 10 cards and coordinating envelopes, perfect for all your love occasions throughout the year, like Valentine's Day, anniversaries, weddings, honeymoons, birthdays, and more. So, and it comes with a gray granite little ink pad. So, you know what really might kind of be cool with this is if you make all these up and then set them aside. If you're not one, as myself, I don't send out a lot of Valentine's cards, but these are really cool if you have someone that you know, and you have that unexpected, like wedding pop up and you need a card. Well, you will already have these made up and all you have to do is write your little sentiment in it. And there you go. Then you have a card already made for those people. So you can subscribe to that. I've put the link here in this video. That you can subscribe to by January 10th. I do have my Facebook live paper pumpkin alternatives for the Lots of Fun. That was this one right here. This one, you guys, if you're subscribers, this should be showing up to your door any day now. Ooh, there's like a hair in my eyeball. It's driving me nuts. It should be showing up to your door or to your mailbox any day now. I have not received mine yet, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it comes like tomorrow or the next day so I can start figuring out what I need to do for my alternatives. But on the 30th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I will be doing the alternatives kit for this. So just to tell you, if you have your kit, come and join me. Also, our last chance. This is for the December, or the July-December catalog that we have going right now. This ends on January 3rd. So there's some of these products. You'll find them all on the last chance list. So if you go over to pinkbarn.com, Stampers group, you will find in the files section, you will find this PDF here. It actually has your carryover. So when I say carryover, that means that some of those products will lie dormant until the next July, December catalog comes back up for 2022. So it will tell you on here, some of them are going to carry over, but they're going to be in this little red parentheses right here. It's carrying over, but you're going to lose the bundle price. So if you want to get the Christmas season bundle, buy it now so you can save that 10% on it. Otherwise, when it goes into the next July, December catalog for 2022, you're going to have to wait a full year, but not only that, it's not going to be the 10% savings on it as well. So you want to look through this and see what items are going to lie dormant and pop back up that you can wait and get next year if that's the way it is, or a lot of the product is not returning again. So you're going to want to get your hands on that before those are gone for good. And those are while supplies last through January 3rd. Okay, and that's this catalog here. Also, we have the Eden's Garden going right now. This is such a beautiful set. I know you guys have seen me use this quite a bit. I'm going to actually show you one card right here that I haven't shown to you guys that I kind of created. And I think I found this idea off of Pinterest, but I saw it and I thought it was so beautiful that I wanted to share it with you guys. Now, to let you know, the bundle will be in this catalog. So this is the catalog that starts in January. And then we have the celebrations as well, right? This bundle will be in that catalog, but all the coordinating products will not be in that catalog. So these are, again, while supplies last, and these go through January 3rd, or when you can get these, or until they're no longer available in the store. Okay, so that is the Eden's Garden. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this first project that I'm going to make. It is called a pop-up cube card. Now you guys may have seen these. These have been around for a while. I've never created one. So you guys are going to create with me. And I've written all my directions, and hopefully I've written them correctly enough for me to understand what I've written. Because that's a thing. All right, so our piece that we are going to need is we're going to need an 8 by 8 1/4. So I'm going to cut this at 8 and then cut a 1/4 inch off over here to make this 8 1/4, because this was 11 by 8 1/2. So I'm just going to cut a 1/4 inch off of this side to make it 8 1/4. And I am using the Early Espresso. Love that card with Eden's Garden. Oh, that card. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? But then again, you know, I have to tell you, pretty much everything that I've used with this has turned out really, really pretty, because this paper kind of does all the work for you. Let me just be honest, because that paper is truly beautiful. And it is, let me show you really quick since I have it right here. It has got that beautiful soft succulent, and it's got the gold foiling in it. So it's considered a specialty paper, but all this paper is just stunning. So again, something I think everybody should truly have in their paper stash. And I know a lot of us have so much paper that the thought of just thinking of having more paper, you're like, ugh, but it's really a pretty one. All right, so I cut this at 8 1/4 by 8. Right, this side is 8, yep, and 8 1/4. So I need to have my 8 1/4 along the top trimmer part up here. And now I'm going to do some scoring. So with the 8 1/4 at the top, I am going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. So when I do it at the 8, it's just going to leave me this little narrow 1/4 of an inch. You see this little 1/4 of an inch piece here? Sorry, my lights are not doing, you can see that little lip there. So I'm not going to fold this yet because we need to do some cutting next, and then I will fold it up. So then when I turn my paper, so I did my scoring with my 8 1/4 at the top. When I turn this to my 8-inch piece, now my 8 inches are up at the top, I'm going to do some cutting. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 2 inches. And then that's going to leave me with this piece here, which is going to be 4 1/4, I believe. Nope, it's 4. 2, 2, and 4. Yes, because if it's 8 inches, that would make total sense, right? If you do the math. 2, 2, and then 4. Okay, those are our pieces that we need right now. Then you're going to need 2 pieces. Okay, we'll do that in just a minute. Then we're going to need our designer series paper, which I'm using In Good Taste. Let me grab my sampler sheet for that. That is this here. Now this is a huge paper pack. This, you get 24 different designs in this paper pack. It's huge. And this carried over from our previous catalog into the new current catalog. This is all about your textiles and textures. So you've got some of these wood grains, you've got some of that like spackle, putty kind of look. Then you've got more of like the tile, some cloth, I don't know what you would call, like not rug, but sofa, I guess, texture. I'm not quite certain what you call that. But we're going to be using these 2 right here. And let me get those pieces out. Get all my little things out of the way here. So you're going to need 12 in total of that designer series paper. Okay, so you're going to do 12. Let me get all these turned the way I want them. Okay, so 12 of those. You are going to need 6 of these cinnamon cider. Now these are 1 1/15 16ths, okay? So you're gonna need 6 of those. 6 of the these little squares. So it's 1 15 16ths squared, and you're gonna need 6 of those. But with your designer series paper, you're gonna need 12 of these, and these are gonna be cut at 1 7/8. All 12 of those. Okay, I already put 4 of those together, and then I'm gonna do the other 2 just to show you how you're gonna get a very, very, very like narrow, just to add a hint of that cinnamon cider on there. And then, so let me grab 2 of these out. I'll glue those since I've already done those 4. Then you're gonna flip these over, and this is going to be the other 6 that you use for the insides of your piece. Okay, so that's what I had told you, that we were going to use the 2 of these. They're both just the flip side of each other. Okay. So just a very, very tiny little, like maybe less than a 1/16 of an inch margin around that. Now these pieces here, you're not going to put the back layer on it because they're going to be on the inside, so you're not going to even be seeing much of it. But the little hint that you are going to see of it adds a lot to your card when your card is orientated the way that you're going to be seeing it. So trust me on that. You'll see when I get done here. Okay. Then what we're going to need is a strip. Now this is, I'm not sure if you guys can see that on camera, but this is our shimmering white paper. So it has just a hint of shimmer in it. I hope you guys can see that. If not, we're going to still add even more shimmer when we put a little bit of wink of Stella on that. But for now, let's go ahead and get our stamping put on this, because since it's going to be on the shimmer paper, I really want it to dry before we started adding our colors to it. So I'm using my Memento ink, and let me show you the stamp set that I'm going to use for this. This is called Whiskey Business. Now it is, in my opinion, very manly driven, because when I think of like whiskey and that kind of stuff, and this by no means is meant to be sexist towards anybody, but when I think of, like, I'm a bartender, so the most of the people that I have come into the bar and drinking whiskey are men. That's just the way it is. So when I think of this, I think this is great for manly birthday cards. You know, Father's Day. Being a dad is whiskey business. Straight up, you're the best. Sending you an old-fashioned birthday card. Cheers to you and your top shelf. So really cute little sayings that make this stamp set just, I love it. So that is called Whiskey Business. Okay, so we are going to be using the little whiskey glass. So with this glass, you can see that it's already got little ice cubes in it. So I'm going to stamp 3 glasses. Now you guys may have already seen this card done on Pinterest, because that's where I found it. And I think, I'm trying to remember what the lady's name that did it. But when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to make that card for you guys, because I've been seeing these pop-up cards, but I haven't seen any in a while. But then when I saw her make this one, I thought, okay, I have to share it with you guys. And you know how I'm always all about, if somebody shares it on Pinterest, then it's kind of a free-for-all that we can use their designs. Okay, so there is that. I'm going to move those out of the way. And then I'm going to set this aside and let that kind of just dry for the moment. Okay, so these are our 2 2-inches. So I'm going to kind of just fold these down. Not with my bone folder yet. So when you're looking at this, and now that I've just kind of scored those lines, you can kind of see it a little bit better. I am going to call my pieces 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so my 4 center pieces on this are going to be my 1 and 2s, and then my outside pieces are going to be my 3 and 4. So you'll hear me refer to that when I go to add pieces to this. So I am going to put the wood grain in these like this, and those are going to be my 1 and 2. So I'm going to do that like that, okay? Then this one here is going to go like this, and you're going to see these go on 1 and 2, because see, they're my 2 center pieces. So if I was holding this like this, it would still be in my 1 and 2, right? Do you see that? Does that make sense? But you're not going to put anything down here, because these pieces are going to get glued here. So you just want those put on the 2 top pieces. Okay, so let me get these glued on here. So again, a very, very small margin of that early espresso. Oh, did I tell you guys that color was cinnamon cider? All the dimensions will be over on my blog over at stampinthepinkbarn.blogspot.com. You will also find a list of all the items that I've used today. And when you make that purchase, if it's under $150, please use my host code. That's what helps me bring you guys free giveaways and these free videos. Okay, so let's get these added on here. think I want to say the lady who made this, her name is Tracy. So I give credit where credit is due, because this is by no means my idea. I just thought, okay, I've made so many Christmas cards, it's time to move on. Okay, so there is that. Make sure those are gonna still bend. Now, let me add this to here. So when you see this, these are gonna go this way. So you're gonna see the wood grain is gonna go side to side when you're holding this card. So when I do this one here, I'm going to make it go vertical when I do the wood grain this way, because my wood grain is horizontal on these ones. Now with these, I ball them towards the top because of the fact that you're not going to be placing anything here. So kind of just watch your margins and make sure it's still the same when you go to add those. And look at that. I just told you guys to go vertical with it. And what did I do? I went the wrong way. I went horizontal. Not that it would have hurt anything, but good thing we had a few seconds before that completely adhered and really jacked my card up. It's one thing that I love about this. I call it green glue, but the Tombow glue is it gives you a few seconds to kind of have some wiggle room to move things around when you kind of do a boo-boo. Okay. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Kay. All right, so we still have our pieces able to move around. And then that will go like that. So let me stand that up and out of the way. But let's go back to these. So these, I'm going to now take them and I'm going to flip them over. I still have my little flap at the top. And now I'm going to take four of these pieces, and I'm going to lay them on the outsides on my 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Okay, and these are the ones that I'm not putting the cinnamon cider on, because you're not going to see them all too much, but enough to understand what is going on here. Okay, so that one's, you're going to have a bigger margin because you don't have that extra layer behind there. Okay, just like that. So now if you flip them over, we have this here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that little flap right there, and we're just going to run a little bead of glue across there, and we're going to attach that to the back and make like a little cube. See? Okay, so let's get that on there. So that is going to get attached to the outside of that. So if you lay this flat like that, you can just take that and flip it over, or you could also go this way with it. So it'll be kind of in the center there. Okay, so there's that piece. Do the same thing here. Now, since it's a little bit thick, because we do have that designer series paper on there, kind of move it both ways just to make sure you get a good firm adhesion on those. Okay, just like that. Let me look at my notes here really quick. Now on this one, we are going to adhere. So again, you have your two up here. So now when you flip this, keep those two up at the top. And then you're going to place one over here where this little flap is, okay? Where your little 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch flap. Now that little flap is going to get tucked on the inside because we don't want to see it on the back of our card. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. Okay, I'm going to also bring in my little pair of tweezers here. Now, Stampin' Up! Does not sell those, and I've had them for like 100 years, but they are very handy. Okay, now I'm putting this, I didn't tell you guys, this flap is going to go on the inside. So these ones I put on the outside because they're going to get hidden when I put them to this piece. But this back piece, like I was saying, we need to hide that. So I'm going to lay that flat and then lay that down on top of it in the center because this piece and this piece are the same. So it will go right over the top of that seam. And then, but make sure you kind of hold it for a second to make sure it all kind of stays in place. Okay, so if you look from the outside, these are going to be the two pieces that we see when our card is upright. But if you kind of tilt your card or you're looking at it from above, you have this pretty paper on the inside as well. So we still need to put it over here, but since we have that seam in there, that's why we're applying this now afterwards. So this is where it gets a little bit fiddly, but it will work. And this is where I kind of grab those little tweezers to help me place this in there. And then I can, okay, so I want to see which way that paper is going. So I put this in there correctly. Oops, nope, I got to go this way. Not that there's really a direction on that. But I'm just going to lay that kind of right in there where I want it. And then take those tweezers off. And then I have a little bit of time to move that Tombow glue around to get that right in position. Then I can take my bone folder, wherever I put it. Did I bring my bone folder down? Oh, there it is. Nope, I did not. Then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to kind of press that in there to make sure it adheres all the way in. So there, when you look at that card, you can see the outside and the two inside pieces. Same with this. If you're looking at it forward, you can see these two, but then you can still see that paper in the inside. So what we're going to do with this is, if we're looking at it like that, we want this to go right there where our two wood panels are, one is on the top and then one is facing us, and that will put these two pieces right here on the inside. So when you're looking at the card, you're not going to see the top and you're not going to see this inside piece, but you're going to see this and the bottom if you're looking down on it. So let's adhere that on there. So what I like to do is I like to push it forward. So my two wood pieces are touching here, but this is going to be our bottom. So if I know I hold it like that, put the glue and see where this little seam is, that is going to be hidden because it's going to glue right to the back of this card. Now I'm just going to line this up right on the front of this card. And just hold it for a second because since it's so thick, you want to give it a few minutes to make sure it adheres. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing with this one. So when you fold them and you see both pieces touching each other, just fold that one up And then you know that your seam is right back here, and that seam is going to lay right like that. So they're going to be kind of matching. It's kind of like a little puzzle, I guess you would say. Okay, so then when your card is sitting, it will go just like that. Well, just like that. Do you see that? So when it sits on the table, you're going to see in here, so you're going to see those two pieces, and then you're going to see this, and then that is how your card sits when somebody opens that up. So it can go in an envelope just like that. And then once they pull it out of their envelope, they're going to set it like that. And that's how we're going to add a little message in the inside right here that's going to pop up. And then all of our little elements are going to pop up on here as well. So that's when we're going to need these little circle pieces. If I can find them all. Now I have some old circle punches that I've had from, again, 100 years ago. But I am using a 1-inch and a 5/8 inch. Now, if you have a 3/4 inch, that would work a lot better. I just don't have one. So it's written on my blog to use a 3/4 inch. But like I said, I don't have that. I only have, hello Kale, I only have a 5/8 inch. So you're going to do 1 inch and 3/4 inch. Just for me to show you this, I'm using a 5/8. Okay, makes sense? So we're going to need 4 of the early espresso. Now you're going to need 2 in the 1-inch punch. And then you're going to need 2 in your 3/4 inch punch. And then you're going to need 2 more of very, very vanilla of your 1-inch. Okay? So in total, you're going to need 4 1-inch and then 2 3/4 inch. Then we're going to need this little piece right here. So bring in a scrap piece of very vanilla, because this is where you're going to stamp that sentiment. Then I'm also bringing in, surprise, surprise, I'm using the Tasteful labels, which you guys see me use so often. I'm using this one right here. So I am going to use my early espresso and the Sending You an Old-Fashioned Birthday Card. I'm just going to stamp that on there, and then I will die cut that out. And then we're going to cut some pieces out of this too. And then I'm also going to cut some pieces out of some cinnamon. So I'm going to bring a piece of cinnamon in because we're going to cut some pieces out of that. Let me die cut this really quick. Oh, I forgot that I have that thing on the top of my head, and I'm wondering what the heck is hitting my light over here. I have a little Christmas not bandana, but a Christmas little, what do you call it? Not a crown, but these little thingies. See this? I have this on my head. Did you guys get that? Okay, so let me put that away. Okay, so there is our little label, and we're going to use those 2 pieces for that. Then I'm going to, actually let's color, I'm going to color just one of these glasses for you. Everything's going to be colored exactly the same as how I'm coloring this one. So what you're going to need for this is you're going to need light Mango Melody and light and dark of your cinnamon cider. Now watch how well this works to make this look like an actual whiskey drink. Okay, so I'm taking my dark and I'm kind of just going down the edges all around this glass. Now Stampin' Up! Has already added some of our shadowing on there for us, so that kind of helps when you're adding color to know where our dark spots are because they've already done the work. So I'm just using the dark and just going around this drink. Now you are going to have to fussy cut these, but let me tell you, and I'm not a fan of fussy cutting, but because they're so kind of uniformed, they're really, really easy to cut out. The only thing that's a little bit fiddly to cut out is the little rubber or the neck where the cork goes into, because you have to just kind of, but it's, again, it's really, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, now I'm taking the light cinnamon cider and I'm just kind of dragging some of that dark in to make sure I don't have any like harsh lines between my two colors. But I'm still leaving a center that I'm not touching right now, because that's where my mango is going to come in. Now I'm going to take the light Mango Melody, and then I'm just going to grab all the colors and just pull them into each other. Now it's so pretty to see this paper that has all these pretty little shimmeries in it, because this is the shimmer white paper that we have. It really makes this look like a shimmery, pretty drink. There we go. Does that not look like a cup of whiskey, or a glass of whiskey, I might say? Those colors just work so well and blend so well together that it looks like a true, you know, glass of drink. So you're going to do the same thing on all of those. You can see that there's a line right here where that whiskey bottle, or decanter is what it's called, kind of goes halfway up. So you just color this bottom portion down here. Now what you could also do is you could use your shimmer crystal effects to add on top of this as well, to give it kind of that clear glossy look, or you could do it on the ice cubes, or this just adds it really does, it looks like glass. It adds a glass effect to the top of it. But I have already done a couple of these. I just need to cut out this last one. So I'm going to show you how easy, oops, that just dinged on that light bulb, how easy these really are to cut out. So when you're fussy cutting, you may or may not already know this, you always want to use your paper as a guide. Hold your scissors very still in either your right or left, whatever you use, and then maneuver your paper around your scissors. See how I'm moving the paper? It seems to help things go a little bit smoother. Okay, so I've already got the decanter cut out, and then my other two glasses, so in total we needed 3. Then I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella. Now this is the clear glitter Wink of Stella. I'm going to try to get this lid off, because for some reason I have the hardest time getting the lid off. Now this paper is already shimmery, but I'm going to just go a little bit more and add just some more shimmer. Completely optional. Now when you squeeze this, you want to make sure you watch your barrel kind of get full. You'll see it kind of fill up in there. If you squeeze it too hard, you're going to have a goopy mess and you will wind up ruining your project. So don't go overly crazy, but just know that when you squeeze that, just watch the barrel fill up, and then you can start going to town on things, and it really adds a very beautiful effect. And I'll hold these up in just a minute and show you what it does. So do you see how that adds all that beautiful glitter to that? Where's my camera at? Do you see that? Here's one right here that I'll add but I'll do it up higher so you guys can kind of see that in camera. So pretty. Okay, so I just did that around the alcohol portion. You could do the whole thing if you want. And see, and I can tell that I kind of squeezed too much on that one. I mean, you can really see the shimmer on that one. But see how it's kind of warping a little bit? I'll let that dry and then kind of push it back into shape where it's not so kind of ripply. Okay, again, set those aside and let those dry. Let me get all my other little pieces out of the way here. Now let's bring in, let's cut these pieces first. So I'm going to look at the back of this, and the measurements I will have on my blog. So I'm going to cut that at 1 and 15/16. I'm going to cut 2 of the cinnamon cider in that. 1 and 2 15/16. Okay, there's that one. And there is that one. So the 15/16 line is the smallest line right next to your number 2. Okay, and then I think this was a 4. So we're going to need 3 and 15/16 for the width of that. So that's the little line right next to the 4. Okay, and then we're going to need 2 of these that are going to be 3, and, oops, no, let's go back here. Let's go to 1 7/8 and 1 7/8. So again, you're going to need 2 of those by 3 7/8. Now these little pieces are going to be what you write your sentiment on. Okay, so these can get glued right on the front of that, or right to your cinnamon cider layer, unless you want to write on it before you attach these to your card, which would probably be a smart idea. If you know who you're sending this to right off the bat while you make this, you can go ahead and write on these first and then attach them to your card base. Okay, just like that. Now you can flop those up and lay this flat, and then that's where I was saying if you write on those first, then you don't have all this like girth behind it to try to write on. There's that. And then we're going to do this one. Hello, Rhea. Oh, Rhea, I have to tell you, I loved your card that you showed at the Christmas party on our Zoom. It was your fun fold gingerbread cookie card. That was so inventive. I have to tell you, that was pretty cool. Okay, so that would be the back of our card. Now with all this paper, this is kind of like heavy. I mean, you gotta only think that it would be a little on the heavy side because of so much paper that we've added in so many layers. So now what you need to do take all your little pieces here and kind of just grab your bone folder or anything that's kind of, you know, flat on one side, and fold your pieces in half. Yeah, I came into it very late because for some reason my mind was thinking that the time difference, because my team leader, when she did our Christmas party, she's Central Time, and for some wacky reason I was completely late, and I kind of just came in towards the end. I missed bingo, I missed everything. All right, so these things are going to be a little bit fiddly again when we're adding them inside of here, but these are going to go with the straight edge towards the inside here. So once we add our glue to the inside, you can just apply that right inside like that. Again, that's where kind of your tweezers might come in handy. So let me just put a couple little stripples of glue on here. Stripples, is that a word? I don't know. I just made it up. Sounded like a word to me. Okay, so I'm going to just set that in there and then open this side up so I can see where the middle is in there. And I know that's hard for you guys to see when I'm doing that, but if I just turn this and get that to go in there correctly, right on that inside, see on that inside thing, and I'm just pushing this back to just show you guys right now. So see how that's going to set there? And you want to put it right on the edge of that score line. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing with this, but you're going to flip it to the other side. Okay, just like that. Push it up. Now, what you're doing this for is because now you're going to attach this to those two pieces in there, and then that's going to pop up. See how that kind of pops up like that? You need to move it up a little. Oh, sorry, I was out of frame. Sorry, I was getting too close to my body. So see those two little pieces in there? Now can you see, since I was out of frame for you guys? See how I put those in there, those two circles that I folded in half? Now this is going to get attached to that. So let me get those on there. Let me try, oops, sorry, as I slam that drawer. Hold on, you guys, don't get sick. I'm going to try to move this thing further towards me. See, it keeps traveling back. Okay, I think that'll work. I think that's a little bit closer to me, so I'm not trying to hold it so close to me that you guys can't see it. Okay, let me grab my Take Your Pick tool, and now I'm going to use a glue dot inside of here because it just seems to work a little bit better for me if I stick that on there. Maybe if I can get it to stick. It's just wanting to stick to my tool here. Okay, there's that one. And then here's the next one. Ugh, see, just wants to stick to this. No, go to the paper. Go to your home. Your paper is the home. Okay, hope that will work. Okay, now what I'm going to do is try to align this on there where I'm trying to line up this point here and this point here to make it straight. At least if I can get one side down. There we go. Okay, so then I'm going to just take my fingers in and I'm just going to press those together. Hopefully you guys can see that. So then when it sits, see how that kind of spans open because it's on those two little things? All right, so that is the inside. So that would sit like that. And then let's get these little guys on here. So again, we're going to fold these in half. Just like that. Just like that. And then these two little ones. Now yours won't be as little as mine is because you guys will be using 3/4 of an inch. You guys see everything? Am I still in frame? Okay. So there we go. So now let's kind of set this down like this and know that, hold on, let me look at the picture to make sure I get this correct. Okay, so we're going to take this one here, we're going to place it on there and like that, and then these little glasses are going to sit like this. Okay, so let me put some glue dots, one on the back of that. So when I have it like that, I'm going to put one on this side and one on this side on the two half crescents there. Okay, and then, off of me. Then I'm going to put my glass just a hair past that little circle because I want it to stand up kind of like this on the card. Just like that. All right. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Okay, and take the other one. Just like that. I think that works a little bit better when I put it down on the table. Okay, and then put that bottom part down on there. Just like that. So see how those will stand up on the card? And then they will fold down when you fold your card flat. See how that works? And then they pop right back up when your card stands up. Pretty inventive. I love it. Okay, and then this is going to go right here, and it's going to pop up as well, but it's going to, and see, in this is where your card is going to need to be, well, your envelope's going to be bigger because this is only a 4-inch. So this little decanter hanging off the side here, we're going to go like this. Now I'm going to lay those things flat this way for now and grab some more of these. Okay, I'm going to put 4 of those on there. Give me. Okay, and we're going to put this in the center, just like we did down there for the sentiment. We're going to put this right in the middle. And then we're going to put the decanter. The part that you want to watch is you want to make sure you don't get it behind that, but that it goes kind of right flush with it. So I'm going to tilt this because see how this has a straight edge? I'm going to tilt it where I'm putting that edge kind of right against the bottom of this. So it kind of looks like it's sitting there, just like that. So see how that pops forward? Then I'm going to do the same thing with this one, but I'm going to do the other little glass. Of course, my computer signed itself out, so I can't see the picture that I was looking at. Okay. Okay, 4 more of those little things. Give it to me. Okay, again, I'm going to put this right on the side here. Just like that. And then I'm going to put this glass right like that. So then, when that's popped forward, it looks like the little glass is sitting all together with your decanter like that. Isn't that so cute? And then you've got your space in the back that you can write on. And then when you go to place this inside of an envelope, let me find, because since we did the very vanilla, I need to find a very vanilla envelope. Are these not open yet? I could have swore I had a pack already open, but oh well, doesn't matter. If not, it'll be open at one point in time, so right now is a good time. All right, so let's make sure we're gonna get this to fold down, and then this, look at that, goes right in your envelope. So this is where I would stamp like a decanter on the side over here, or we could do our designer series paper, but I'm just going to stamp the decanter. But I'm going to stamp it in, no I'm not. I'm going to do it in black again. Just like that. And then if you wanted to, you could take your, you know, your blenders and you can blend that. But I advise, if you are going to blend, you need to take a piece of, you know, either copy paper or cardstock or something and then do it so it doesn't bleed onto the back of your envelope. Okay? All right, so there is our project number 1. What do you guys think of that? Is that not just the cutest? Oh, I love it. I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, I have to show you guys how to make it, because from the pictures, it looked so complicated. And I was like, there is no way in the world I am going to figure out how to make that. Hello, Shaz. Hello, Alice. I was like, there's no way. Hello, Cheryl. I'm going to figure out how to do it. But it is way easier than it looks. It looks very complicated. And you guys just saw that, and I've never put one of these together before. That was the first one that I've done. I just wrote myself out some directions on how to do it because I watched the other lady do it on her YouTube. So very cool. All right, let me do some of our giveaways. So we have, for last week, we had these beautiful cards that we did. These were our Simply Elegant. Let me move some of these. So this is card number 1 that we did, and this card goes to, where's my little list? Come on. This card goes to Frida. So Frida Alsop, I know you're on here watching. This card goes to you, and it says, all the things you do are simply amazing. And I left the inside blank so you can, you know, put whoever you want to give that to. Add whatever sentiment you want on the inside. Okay, card number 2 that we made was this right here with the envelope. Now this one says thank you on the inside. This one goes to Cheryl Randall's Merchesnik, I think is how it says. Cheryl Randall's Merchesnik. Okay, this goes to you. So Cheryl Randall's, I do need your address to send this to you. And they come to you just as they are. I don't write in them. I don't do anything to them. I don't alter them in any way. They are yours to choose what you do with them. All right, and then this super cute little money holder that we made right here. This is going to go to Jamie Wise. Okay, so that is Jamie's. And I have Jamie's address and I have Frida's address, but I just need Cheryl Randall Merchesnick's address. So message me at the end of this and let me know your address so I can get those in the mail to you. Okay, so let's get to card number 2. See my notes? pretty crazy, huh? Okay, this next one is a fun fold. Ooh, I just broke my little box, dang it. Okay, let's move these out of the way. Kind of semi-clean up my mess. Those I'm going to use for a later date because they're on that pretty shimmer paper. This I don't need. Okay, so the next one, see, I still have great notes. Drew myself pictures. This is called, what did I call this? The angled card. Okay, we are going to be using the Always in Your Heart. Now, I've had this since last year and I've never used it until I saw these cards and I decided, okay, I want to make something for Valentine's Day or, you know, / friendship because, again, I've already said that I don't really do Valentine's cards, but I do think they're really pretty. But this really works good for anniversaries. It does say be my Valentine's, but then the best kind of friend is the kind like you. Here's to another year of happily ever after. You are always in my heart and you had me at hello. So really cute little sayings in this as well. And look at this great big heart right here. This cuts all these leaves out behind it. And then you have this inside heart. But we're not going to be using any of the dies today because I am going to be using the heart scalloped and the regular heart duo punch set. And then, so let's get to our pieces. So what we're going to need is we are going to need our card base, which this is going to be a, did I even write this down? Oh my goodness. I think it's 5.5 by, what did I say? Okay, hold on. I gotta open up my other one. I didn't even write down the full card. By 11. Okay, so 5.5 by 11 is what you're gonna need. So you're gonna need a full sheet of your 8.5 by 11 because you won't get 2 cards out of this. You're only gonna get 1. So we're gonna turn it this way and we're gonna cut it at 5.5. Just like that. And then you're going to score it at 3 3/8. So 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. Get the cutting blade out of the way. 3/8. And then it's just easier for me to turn this around and do it again at 3 3/8. So flip it completely around to do it like that. Okay, now I need a pencil because this is where kind of your angles come in. So now when you go to cut this, you're going to set it on your, now you're going to turn it like this and set it on your 1 inch mark. So your 1 inch over here, and then mark it right down here at 1 inch. And then again, set it on 1 inch. And mark it, wait a minute, I have that wrong. Nope, wrong. Okay, so if you set it at your 1 inch, you're going to mark it at down here at 1 inch. Okay, that's right. And then if you have it turned this way, and your mark is there, you're going to want to put it on the 1 inch over here on this side and mark it up here on the outside. Okay, so now that I just confused the heck out of you guys. So when you have it turned this way, the long 11 inch, you want to mark it up here at the top. So on this side, line it up to the 11 and mark there. When you want to mark your bottom, line it up on this 1 inch of your short edge and mark your bottom down here. Now when you go to do over here, you want to line it up on your 1 and mark down here on this edge, line it up to the 1 with the 1 there, and then turn it this way and line this side up with the 1, and then mark your 1 inch there. Because pretty much all you're doing is you're coming in 1 inch from the bottom off of both sides. So you're going to come in 1 inch on both sides. So you can either take your ruler and do that. So 1 inch on each end, and then 1 inch down from each side. Does that make sense? Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take, because see, we have a score line there and we have a score line there because that was our 3 3/8. Now you're going to take that score line and this tick mark right here that we just made, and you're going to cut that off. So line your tick mark up with your pencil, and I thought it would be easier to see on black, but apparently not. And then line your score line up and then cut that off. Okay, so you're going to have just that little piece off that side. Now you're going to take this corner where you put your tick mark, and then you're going to go down to this tick mark and you're going to cut that off. So line up that 1 inch and the corner up there of the edge of the card, and then cut that straight off, just like that. And now you're going to do the same thing over here. You're going to go from the score line to your tick mark, okay, and then from your tick mark down to your 1 inch down there. Okay, so this is your card base. So it's going to go just like that. See how that folds over itself? Almost looks like a little tuxedo. Okay, and if you have any little pencil marks, you can erase those. Not that they're really going to be seen because paper is going to be covering it, but okay. So that's our card base, so let's set that to the side. Now let me grab my designer series paper. Now I'm using the pattern party paper. Now that is a huge set of paper. It is, again, it's one of those 24 packs. It is a lot of paper. Now that is a hostess gift. So if you place an order, you know how I tell you don't use my host code if you're going to place an order, because it will give you hostess gifts if you spend over your $150, and I want you to be able to obtain those gifts. Okay, so what I am using is I am using this design right here. I'm going to use both sides. Again, kind of like what we did with the In Good Taste, we used just the one piece. So I'm going to be using this one piece of paper, but I'm going to use both flip sides of it because I love this like gingham check, buffalo check kind of print with that yellow. I think it's so bright and cheery, and it kind of, you know, for a friendly heart day card, it's kind of really kind of cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I have both opposite pieces facing me, because then when I go to do the cut, right? No, hold on. So if I cut 1 inch, I go that way, then I think that'll work. I think you have to have them opposite, right? So if I cut there to there, that's going to give me that side. Either way, it'll work. Okay, so I'm going to make them opposites, and then I'm going to mark this on here where if I hold my 1 inch piece, I'm going to hold them together, line them up. If I'm on my 1 inch mark over here, I'm going to come in and mark the bottom. And then I'm going to flip this and go to my 1 inch and mark my top. Now this piece of paper here, I forgot to tell you the dimensions, is 3 1/8 by 5 1/4. Okay. Now you could cut this at 3 1/4, and I'll show you on the other one that I made to show you whether or not you want a border or not. And I'll show you the difference when I cut this. Okay. So now I'm going to start my tick mark over here and put this corner up in the line. Cut that off. And then hold this in place. And then I'm going to bring it down to my 1 inch and my tick mark, the edge there. Okay, and then cut that off. Just like that. So now see, I have the same angle as what I have there. Let's see if oh, see, I messed it up. You were supposed to do them both together, right? Is that right? Let's see here. I think I messed it up. Okay, that is going to go there. And then this one would need to go there. So, yep, I should have done it, both of them facing opposite. Or both of them facing the same, to leave myself a border. And I didn't. So I think I cut another one over here, but I think I messed it up too. So I think I need to cut another one because that's going to make it both the same, no matter what I do. Okay, so let me cut another piece. Okay, so what did I say? I said it was a 3 1/8 piece, but I'm going to cut it this way. Okay, 3 1/8 by 5 1/4. So now, let me see. If I was to put those both together and cut my pieces, oops, that's the wrong one. If I would have cut them both facing the same way, then that would have worked, because then it would have given me one opposite. So let me mark this. Hold on. If not, we might be here all night watching me fiddle with this stupid thing until I get it right. Because I'm obviously not good with knowing directions. Don't ask me to drive anywhere. No, I'm just kidding. It's just because it's backwards. And so when I cut it, I didn't layer them the same. So they both have to be layered the same exact way when you go to cut them. And then that's when you flip the other one over. Then they're going to be opposites. Does that make sense? Do as I say, not as I do. So cut them both at the same, both prints facing you. So when you flip it, they will be opposite of each other. Okay? All right, now let's try this again. So now this should go there. And then this one should go there. Voila. Okay, we got it to work. Perfect. Okay, so now let's get those put on here. Now I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to put this here. Now with the other one that I cut, if you do it at the 3 1/4 inch, you will not have a border on this seam right here. It will be butted directly up here and you'll only have your 1/4 inch over here. But when you cut it down like I did to the 3 1/8, then it leaves you a border on this side also. So you can do it either way. And I'll show you as soon as I get this one put together, I'll show you the difference, what you can see. Okay, so that's when that folds like that. Now you can decide which way you want it to fold, if you want the check on top of that, so it goes either way. Then we need a piece of 4 by 5 1/4, and that is going to fit the inside of our card just like that. Then, so see, here's the other one that I made, and this one I copied exactly off of Pinterest. But see how this one does not have the border on the edge like this one does? This one bumps right up. So that's where I was saying your 2 different sizes. If you use the 3 1/4 size, it's going to go directly to the edge. If you use your 3 1/8, it will leave you a span of a border on the side here, a margin. Okay, so you can decide how you like that. Okay, so let me get my pieces stamped here. So this I'm going to use, this one is the best kind of friend is the kind like you. I'm going to put that right on the bottom there. Okay, that's going to go inside. And then we're going to take our heart punch. Punch like that. And then the scalloped one, I'm going to do it in the yellow. Hopefully I have enough room, which I'm not. So let me grab another. This is actually called Bumblebee, is this color. So 2 scallops and 2 white. So then I'm going to take the "You Are Always in My Heart" in the Bumblebee. And put that right in the center of that heart. And then these 2 little hearts here, kind of like what we did on what I did on the other one. Kind of make it exactly the same pattern. But this time, when I do my belly band, I'll show you. I'm going to do a piece of ribbon on the belly band. So let me get this on the inside. Ah, I have a glue booger on there. Hello, Mother. You adventured back from Costco, huh? Okay, that goes in there like that. Okay. Then our 2 hearts are going to go right on here. And here's our other heart. Okay, now a belly band is needed, so I'm going to use, you don't have to have a belly band on this, I'm just going to do it because I like that look. I'm going to do 3/4 by 11 for my belly band. scraps out of here. So there's my belly band. So now, the way I do my belly band is I kind of lay this on here, and then I fold it and make my own kind of crease on it. I don't score it because I want it to be big enough that it's going to slide up and down my card, because if I commit and do a score line, it may be too tight or it might be too loose. So if I just grab this and kind of go like that, then I know that now all I have to do is come in here and glue this together, and I have my belly band that's going to slide on and off because it kind of wrapped around itself, the paper. Okay. So now let me glue that band down. Just like that. Now with this paper, there is so many choices that you can make when it comes to putting ribbon on this, because I wanted ribbon on this one. Now we have this, but you can't really see that on there, so that might not work. But we have this in white also. This is the what do they call this? The glitter organdy. We have that in the white, which you might be able to see on there. That could work. Or what I was thinking is you could take your what is this called? The crinkled, the white crinkle, this stuff. And you could take your, we don't have Bumblebee as a pen, but you could take either the Dark Daffodil Delight and you can run it down there. I don't think we have crushed curry either. Mango, I think, would be, I don't know, let me see a mango here. Let me grab a piece of white. Actually, let me just go like this. That would work. You could do the mango on there and color that, and then it would match. But I have, and I know this is no longer available, but this is the Crinkled Seam Binding Ribbon in Crushed Curry. Now, like I said, I know this is retired, and I hate showing you guys stuff that's retired, but then I do know that a lot of you have product from quite some time ago. Also, look right here, and I don't have this, but this would work really well. The Bumblebee Gingham Ribbon, that would work. Yeah, we don't have, but see, there's that white crinkled that you can color any color. I advise everybody to have a roll of this, because then it will match any of your projects that you need, because you just use your blender pen right on it and make it the color you want. You just saw me make it yellow right here. Okay, but I'm going to use this, and like I said, it is retired, but it just works so well that I wanted to use it on here. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that. So whoever winds up getting this card, just know this product is not going to be available, but you'll love the card for what it is, right? You won't judge. Okay, so I'm just going to glue, or not glue, I'm just going to attach that with a piece of tape, and then I think I need to cut some of this off. Let me grab the other scissors, because those ones aren't quite sharp enough. And again, just let me use another piece of tape over the end, just like that. And then I have enough wiggle room that I can pull that up. So are you guys done with all your Christmas shopping? Did you get all your things taken care of that you needed to do before the big jolly guy comes down your chimneys. I know I have a few things that are coming in the mail. They're supposed to be here by Thursday, and then I'm done. I've purchased everything. I'm just waiting for a couple of things to come in the mail. Okay, now we are going to go like this, and nobody's going to see that tape at all. And I've made sure I've really pushed that tape down so it's not going to pull on any of that. Oh, I have a hair crawling across me. Creep me out. Then I'm going to put this on here. I'm just going to glue this right on here. The ribbon also. And I'm just going to put that like that. Because all I'm doing is attaching that to the belly band. And then again, putting some glue on here, and I'm going all the way over onto this heart because the hearts are going to touch. And I want that one to be straight because so you can see the words. Okay. I need it to go this way just a hair. Get that centered. Okay, now watch. So see, the best kind of friend is a kind like you. And then this slides right up and over. What's it catching on? There we go. So then it slides on just like that. So the recipient slides it off, either up or down, doesn't matter. And then they will be able to read the greeting that you've put inside of there. Isn't that pretty though? I just loved the yellow on that. And then, like I said, here's the other one. This one I didn't add any ribbon to, but you know, it's never too late. I could always tuck some in there. And you could also take, this is on Poppy Parade, is this color with some of that same pattern paper. But I've just used two back sides. I can't remember what the front side of that one looked like. I think it was like lines or hearts or something on it, but I liked the two black and white with this. And like I said, this is the one that she made. So let's put a couple of blings on there. I'm going to come in with our holiday rhinestones since they have yellow, or maybe that might be too much yellow. Yes, let's use the matte black dots. I think they're going to look better. Yep, let's use those instead. I was thinking yellow would be good, or bumblebee would be good, but I think the black dots will look better. Because we have a lot of yellow on the front of this card. Or, like I said, we can flip these around and go this way. If it's just too much yellow in the front, orientate your card how you want it. Okay, that I think looks a little bit better because it's just not so much yellow in your face. Okay, now let's take a couple of these, and I'm going to put one, let's go right up here, and one here, and then maybe one right here. Yep, that works. All right, just like that. Isn't that cute? I love how this, I mean, it just adds a little bit of extra something to the attention of this card. Just kind of makes it a different eye appeal with having that. It almost looks like a shirt, I think. So, okay, there's that one. There's its friend. Let's do envelope. So that is a white card. So let's do, if I could get my drawer to shut with all my mess that's in there. Let's take a piece of this yellow, since it's so pretty, and cut a piece down for this. 5, 6. Okay, now the last little project that I have to show you guys is super quick and easy, but it's just one of those things that I want to show you in case you have like a last minute little thing you need to give to someone. It's just one of those. Quick and easy. You can make them zippity zip. You can use any of your papers, and I will tell you, you can use different sizes. I'm going to show you one size, and then you guys can go make as many as you want. Now, if you make any of these cards, I love it when you guys go and share over on Pink Barn Stampers group. Now the page that we're on right now is my business page, so it doesn't really let people share anything on there. So that's why if you guys join me over on my group page, then we can all see what everybody is doing and working on. And that is the Pink Barn Stampers group. Okay, so there is our pretty matching card with that. And again, this fits right inside of your envelope. Just like that. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, let me get that out of the way. And let me bring in the last one for you guys. Don't put tape on the end of my ribbon right when I put it away, it winds up unraveling in my drawer, and then I have a hot mess of all these different kinds of ribbons just all tangled up into a big mess, and I can't handle that. Because then when I go to grab it, I grab 50 other kinds with it, and that's not cool. Okay, so this one I'm making Christmas for the purpose of the holiday. Now, again, like I said, you can use any paper with this. You can use 6x6, you can use 5x5, you can use 9x9. You can make these in any size that works for you. Now, I am coming in with this paper here. This is 6x6 paper. It is called the Tidings of Christmas. I'm going to be using this pattern up here. Again, I'm using front and back so you can see the contrast of the two colors. But watch how easy this is. Here's my 6x6 piece of paper. I'm going to fold this in half. Both the points are going to touch. Bring this down. Now you're going to need something to make this crease. Now I've seen people, even if you don't have a bone folder, take your glue and just rub that edge right across there. It works. Use your scissor thing. It works also, okay? Anything with a, just a hard surface can rub across there. Okay, now you're going to take this piece and you're going to fold it in kind of about, oh, wait a minute. Nope, you're going to go this way. Fold it about an inch or 3/4 of an inch down from the top. You can go all the way to the bottom. It's just going to change the way your card or by your little package is going to look. So play with it. Use different measurements of how far away you're going to go. I probably went about 3/4 of the way. Again, varnish that. Now flip that up, and now you're going to take this edge and you're going to go right underneath that score line that we just created. Okay, the paper's getting thicker, so it's going to be kind of a little bit harder to push. Okay, and again, grab this side and go right on that same score line. Just like that. Okay, and then now take this piece and fold it down. Now when you open this pocket up, everything's going to stay in place. It's not going to come apart. It's just all going to stay nice. Now, what fits perfect in here? You can take a gift card. A gift card will fit in this. especially if you make a bigger one like a 9x9 or a 5x5, or, you know, or not a 5x5 since this is 6x6. So a 9x9 would probably have that fit, but it works this way also. You could turn this into an ornament if you wanted to. You could punch a hole in the top up here, and you can hang this on a tree with the gift card in it. I just put a little glue dot so it holds it in place when it's inside of there. Also, another thing that works really good in here are your little Ghirardelli chocolates. You can either put it in that way, or you can put it in this way. You know, you can play around with whatever sizes you need for whatever little, you know, goodies that you're going to put in there. But these are great for kids' class mates that you're sending them to school with just a little something that they want to give to their little class friends. You could even put in, you know, one of these little Folgers coffee things to give as like a little treat to your office mates or whatever, office coworkers. All right, but wait, if you don't like the way the two colors contrast, you can always go like this, open it up, do kind of the same, oops, fold this back in half, fold this back up. So completely the opposite of how you just had it, because you've already got the score lines there. So then you can just kind of decide which way. Do you like the pop of red on the green? I kind of like this one better now. I kind of like this look with the green stripes on the bottom. So you can play around with it and get so many different looks out of this. Now, what I did is I used the Label Me Lovely. And with this, I'm going to grab some, guess what color I'm going to grab. Pretty sure you guys are all going to know, because you all know that it is probably one of my most favoriteest colors right now. It's my go-to. I'm going to grab, my Evening Evergreen. Okay, I'm going to punch that out of that. Then I'm going to grab a scrap of white. And we're going to cut out, if I can find a little scrap of white. I know I had some. All right, I'm just going to use this piece here. Let's take, this is Cherry Cobbler, so let's take a Cherry Cobbler ink. And I'm going to stamp 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. And that comes from the Holly Jolly Wishes. I love these sentiments. This is one of those stamp sets that is going away in our July-December catalog. So I highly advise getting this. It makes some great Christmas cards for your sentiments. Okay, and 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. I'm just going to put that right there on my white. Give it a second to kind of marinate into that paper. Then I'm going to come in with a circle, and I am going to use this circle right here. No, maybe I'm going to use the bigger one. Let me see. This one? Yep, I'm going to use that one. Just like that. And then I'm going to run this through my die cutter machine. Okay, there's my little circle. And now I don't have, and I'm not sure if we, you know, do we have any red twine? I know I don't have any, but is there even any right now? No. No red twine. I was thinking if I had red twine, it would go really good at the top of this card, but I don't think we have any red going on right now. Nope. I can use gold or silver. That would work. Let me grab that. So I can use some of this gold from our Simply Elegant trim if I wanted to add something extra to the top of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this right on the back of here. Or right on the front of here, I mean. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to grab a dimensional. Or two, since that's so big. Just like that. And then put that right on the front of this. And see, and that will kind of hold that down once you put the dimensionals on there. And then if we take some of this twine and cut a couple pieces of that off. Ugh, my knots of this stuff. Okay, so I grabbed two pieces to make a double bow here. Okay. Kind of finagle with your bow, however you want it. And then you can take that. That's an awfully big bow, but you get what I'm doing here, right? Maybe bring some of this in just a little bit and make it not be so crazy big because that was kind of overkill. Okay, like that. And then take a glue dot. Okay, I had the glue dots sitting out here somewhere. Where did I put them? Oh, you know what? I think I threw them in that other box. Hold on. No, I didn't. Where? Oh, there they are. I did. I threw them in the first box. Okay. So then if I take one of these little glue dots and I kind of just roll it up, kind of like that. And then if I put that on the back of my bow, just like that, then I can attach that to the top. Now, I didn't do an ornament with this one. I just put a little bow up there just to make it kind of cute. And if I can get that bow back up there. Okay, then you can take your little Ghirardelli's candy and just kind of prop it in there. Now, I think this might need to come down a little bit. I don't like it up that high. There we go. Just like that. And then you can give that as a little gift. And look, here's another one that I made using that same paper. Just something cute, just a little 6x6. And like I said, you can use plenty of different sizes and make it, you know, to fit different things. So yeah, super cute, right? Okay, let me bring in the projects for today. These would also be really cute for like your mail carrier. I don't know if you have a mail carrier that comes like up to your house or not and brings you your mail. My lady is amazing because we live so far out of town. She actually brings our packages out to our mailbox, and then we drive up and we meet her and she gives us our packages. So every year I give her money or a gift card or something for Christmas because she goes way up and beyond. I like the addition of the bow. Yeah, right? It just kind of adds a little bit of something else to it. Okay, so here is our first little card here. And then there is the envelope that matches that. That was our third project there. Oops. And then let me grab our little card here. This is our little angled card. So just like that. What do you guys think of those? Pretty cute, right? So yeah, any products that you order today, please use that host code. I have thank yous go out. Oh, look at those little Grinches. Those are so cute. I don't know how you guys did that, but the little Grinch faces turned into little hearts. Those were adorable. I don't know how you guys did that, but I've never seen that where the little thumbs and the hearts and the, I don't know what's beyond that because my phone only shows that. Those. Those are so cute. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so yes, so I've already sent out some of my thank you gifts for those of you who have made purchases from me. So watch your mailbox for your happy mail. I also got a new team member. It's my profile picture. Oh, it is. That is so cute. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's right, because whenever you hit those, it brings up your profile. Oh, genius. See there? Oh, you guys are so smart. So, yes, so watch for your happy mails if you've made a purchase from me in the month of December. I think a few of you made purchases the end of November, so those thank yous have gone out. Also, I have a new team member, Diana, who joined me this last week. Your happy mail is coming your way also. So, you guys have a very, very Merry Christmas. I will be back on here. I'm not sure if I'm going to take Monday the 27th off. I might spend it with my family. I'm kind of thinking that I will, because I will be back on the 30th, which is Thursday. I'm going to be doing the paper pumpkin alternatives for the lots of pun. And so if you guys see my graphic pop up, Merry Christmas, you guys. If you see my graphic pop up Monday morning, you know, my little one with the little pink flowers on it that tells you that I'm going live that evening, then I will actually do a live for you guys. If not, Merry Christmas, Peggy. If you don't see my graphic pop up, then I'm taking Monday off, because right now I'm kind of undecided what I want to do. So Merry Christmas, Frida. Merry Christmas, Florence. So, you guys have a wonderful Christmas. Like I said, those of you that I don't have your address, that you won a card from me, I think it was just one of you, and that was Cheryl Randalls Merchensky. I need your address, so please message me your address. Merry Christmas, Lois. Be safe during the holiday if you're traveling or anything, and I do know that the weather is kind of crazy for some of you. Merry Christmas, Ria. That you guys are just all safe and, you know, being with your family and friends and all the good things that come with the holidays. So, Merry Christmas, you guys. Thank you for coming in here and spending your evening with me. Bye-bye.